Alumni? No, I'm not. I teach here in the Murrow College, but I am a Cable Lit alumni. I met my wife here 12 years ago, so it's a fantastic organization to be part of. But I'm here for like a minute to introduce your exec team for you. And they put a little video thingy together that we're going to rock together. I think, I got a one, so I just have to, I'm a teacher, so I know how to talk, just like the rest of them. So whenever you give me the thumbs up, we can get going. Excellent. Perfect. All right. Let's introduce your exec team. First up, sports talk show host since 2019, YouTuber and Seahawks expert, your president, Noah Swabo-Volter. Next up, writer for the Daily Evergreen and your HR director. Welcome, Kent Rowling. And next, your Vice President of Special Projects, Autistic Self-Advocate and Entrepreneur, welcome G.W. Directed 2 shows for Cable 8, loved the metallic taste of Murrow water, and got infection on the first try. Welcome Luke Lundell. Your CFO, broadcast production major, future film director, and looks fly in a tie. Welcome Hannah frickin' Palmer. And finally, from Walnut Creek, California, former director of communications for SWSU, former Cable 8 promotion manager, Zachary Mora. Your 2021 exec team.
What team?
Hey, thank you, Connolly.
You're welcome. Did you want the mic?
That was freaking awesome.
on it, but you don't want it. There you go.
I mean, I can project a little bit, but let's bring it on. Thank you so much. Thank you all for coming out. I'm so excited. This is your 2021 exec team, and I'm hoping you guys can all be a part of the 2021 Cable 8 family. So we got a couple things once I skip that video. What today is about, because a lot of you might be a little bit confused as to what exactly you're going to learn in this meeting. So first of all, we're planning on answering every single question on the board right now. What is Cable 8? Who belongs in Cable 8? Who are we looking to hire? And when are we hiring? So if any of these questions are questions that you've been thinking about, this is the meeting for you. I think I just went the wrong way. There we go. So here are some pictures of what Cable 8 has been in the past. And Luke, if you would like to speak on some of these photos.
Hello. Is this working? I can't tell. Real close? Oh, there we go. Okay. So this is Cable 8 in the past. This is a lot of the different shows. We have there's some studio right in the middle, and that's Celine reading the script. You can see a bunch of DSLRs and people filming their own shows and lights and boom poles and cameras. Basically, we film and we make shows. This doesn't have any of the sports shows, but there's also sports shows and community promo about Pullman community. And so, yeah, there's also actors and
So yeah, this is just a little taste of what Cable 8 has been in the past, but we have many new things that we are bringing to the table. Alright, so this is a little video that we threw together. This is the second video of the meeting, so it's only a minute long, but this helps explain, this should get you hyped for this year, Cable 8, the school year.
What is Cable 8? It's whatever you want it to be. An opportunity for you to turn your dreams into reality. Cable 8 is a family where passion brings us together. Directors, producers, anchors, sports analysts, multimedia journalists. Cable 8 is for you.
The best part of Cable 8 is being able to create video content with other like-minded individuals. We develop essential skills for the entertainment industry. I don't know about you, but I love making connections with alumni and students.
There's no better time to join Cable 8 than right now. We're finally back in person and we're looking to hire some students. Now it's your turn to leave your legacy.
So what are you waiting for? Join Cable 8 Student TV at Washington State. For more information, please visit our website at cable8.org, and don't forget to check us out on social media.
Well said, GW. And that was put together by GW himself. So can I get another round of applause just for him? Thank you guys so much. All right. Next slide. So what is Cable 8? Well, at the very basis, it is Wazoo's student-run TV station. It is also a huge networking opportunity. We have an amazing network of alumni all the way around the United States, working in TV, radio, wherever. They get jobs professionally, and so we are able to connect to them through there. Also, many of you guys may know about the Murrow Symposium. A little secret, Cable 8 has our own secret symposium with our alumni, so it's even more opportunity to network. I know I've gotten some one-on-one phone calls from that networking and meeting individuals and setting up conversations that hopefully down the line can help me get a job. So a huge opportunity to network, and you can't understate how important that is. We create content at the very basis of it. We love creating content, and that's what brings us together. It's passion. None of you have to be here. College, none of us have to be here. But especially at a 7 p.m. meeting on Wednesday night in the first week of school, none of you have to be here. But you wanted to be here, and that's what keeps us together. It's hands-on learning. We get experiences and opportunities to do things that we have dreamed of doing our entire lives. We get opportunities to do things that otherwise we are unable to do. It is a professional setting where we're allowed to make mistakes, and that's the point, so that we can learn for when we actually do get to that professional level. So this is a great place to mess up and a great place to learn. Cable 8 is for you if you're passionate about filming, editing, marketing, designing, acting, writing, reporting, or pretty much anything else in the film industry. And guess what? No experience needed. You can join fresh out the womb. All right, so Luke, I'm going to hand it back to you to talk about some of this semester's TV openings.
Alrighty, thank you, Squabbo. Forgive me if I'm not the best at presenting. I am the behind the camera person, not the presenter. But anyways, so welcome to the TV department. So the TV department is basically, we create creative content that's like, you know, your murder mystery show or whatever kind of show you want to come up with. It's kind of like whatever you feel like writing, directing. It's kind of getting more of those kind of stylistic shots and kind of more fun side, I guess. Well, no, fun. That's a bad term. So what you need to pitch a show in the TV department is you need a director and a producer. And so I've heard some of you talk about, hey, I want to produce, hey, I want to direct, and I don't know who to work with. So a really good thing to do would be if you came up here after the meeting. I would love to talk to you and set you up with someone else who wants to direct and you want to produce, or vice versa. And I would highly encourage you, and I can answer any questions you have about any of that. So, what else do you need? You need a script for episode 1. You're gonna send that in with your pitch. How long of a script do you need? Well, you're gonna need a script that's about 14.5 pages, or 29.5 pages. So basically that translates to a 14-minute, 30-second episode. And in the TV department, every 2 weeks you produce a 14-minute, 30 episode, and that's like the minimum requirement. You can go over that, but that's kind of the basis of it. And then you need a season outline. So every 2 weeks you'll produce 1 episode, and then you'll have 6 episodes total. And so you need kind of like a basic outline. You know, where's the story gonna go? And then, so yeah, 6 episodes. So what comes after directors and producers, right? So next week we're going to kind of talk about this more, and the applications will open, I think next Wednesday or something. They're closed. I think we'll go over the dates later. But so basically, after the directors and producers pitch their shows, they'll get together, they'll fill out applications, they'll pitch their shows with their scripts and their ideas, and then if they're greenlit, then the following few days, assistants, assistant director, assistant producer will be hiring. And the director and producer go through interviews and they hire those assistants. And those assistants help the director and producer and kind of get that pretty long episode in, because there's a lot of work that goes into that. And then after that, there's talent and crew. So a lot of shows, if you're having like a creative show where like I'm gonna keep using murder mystery, you need actors, you need like the murderer, you need the people who are running from the murder. I don't know if it's a great example to use right now, but we're gonna keep using it. And so you need talent, and then there's also crew for anyone who's like, oh, I kind of want to, do a little bit of camera work or like kind of help out on set, but they're not going to be as committed to as an assistant, because an assistant is going to be committed and is like a specific staff member in Cable 8, but crew's kind of like, you don't have all the time in the world, but you really want to help, and you can kind of go around different sets and help out. And then there's a production manager. So this is it's on the TV department, but it's mostly it's what I've done the last year and a half, I guess. But it is the equipment manager. You help check out equipment, you kind of keep it organized, and if you're interested in something like that, you can talk to me and fill out an application for it. And so those are all the positions that will be open. The director, producer, and assistants, those are considered what you might call staff in Cable 8. And so staff earn credit, but you also have to apply and interview for these positions, but you can earn class credit for these positions in Cable 8. So last thing I want to say is you should definitely check out old Cable 8 shows, old Cable 8 TV shows. And a few of those are Mafia, one that I directed, and I'm really proud of it. Queer Diaries, Path is a fun one. Late on Cable 8, it's kind of like a Jimmy Fallon late night TV show kind of going on. Super Ordinary is a good one, kind of superheroes. And that's kind of what the TV department does, is kind of create these shows. Mafia is really like the game Mafia that you might play around a campfire, where it's you raise your hand and it's like the angel, and then who's the mafia, and who's the citizens, and then every night, and we had people vote on it, and it was pretty interactive. And basically, you can pitch any kind of show you want. It's up to you. There are all rules and limits, no showing alcohol, kind of like that. But you can pitch any kind of show you want. It's up to your creativity to come up with whatever idea you want and execute it however you want. You just have these parameters of 14 minutes or 29 minutes. And that is my spiel. So come back to me after if you like.
All right, awesome. Well, thank you, Luke, for providing such wonderful information about television and getting involved in that. So obviously you guys heard me by video, so even better, you guys get to hear my voice in person. As you know, my name's GW. I'm the Vice President of Special Projects for this year's executive staff for Cable 8 Productions. And as you can see up here, we have web publicity, community promo, Coug Stories, Unorthodox Sports, and After Virtual. So those 5 shows, I'm going to be hiring directors, producers, other staff to run those shows. It's going to be really fun, but you're probably asking, what is Special Projects? So it's like TV, but just a little twist to it. It's a little different. So as you could probably kind of infer by the titles of each show that I'm going to be offering, or that we're going to be running, we do more news, focus on behind the scenes, focus more on the reality, interviewing teachers, interviewing students around campus, even around the city of Pullman in general. So that's kind of what we focus on, just the general news and everything. For example, community promo. Last year, one of the students who ran community promo, his name was Roland Huey. He graduated already. But community promo, what he did was he would cover news about the coronavirus or something, what's going around WSU's campus. So that's kind of like an example of what's kind of covered with each show. So web publicity, as I briefly kind of touched on a little bit, web publicity is going behind the scenes for each show that Luke is running for TV, or his staff is running for TV. So for example, one of the shows that we had for, it was a few years ago, it was called Serenity. It was like a horror thriller production that consisted of several episodes for Cable 8. And there would be, this is louder, there would be a behind the scenes episode, so web publicity would handle that. And then there would be community promo, as I touched on. And then Kook Stories, it's simply just going around and interviewing different students and teachers about Kook life and all that, so that's really fun. I did that for last year before I became an exec, so that's really fun to get involved in. And then, and then Unorthodox Sports, so that's gonna be probably our biggest show in this department. So Unorthodox Sports, it's like, you know, this is a stretch, but I like to call it the student version of ESPN. We have different shows in different segments for that department or that show in general. We cover all different sports. We're even going down onto the field to interview players for the football games, even for the basketball games. We're going to most likely get on-field passes for all sporting events. So if you want to get involved in that, interview some of the players, interview the starters, the athletes, even the coaches, assistant coaches, that's really fun to get involved in. And even just be an analyst or a host or be behind the camera, you know, interviewing, or not interviewing, but just filming the host or filming the analyst. Or, like I said, just interviewing the players. That, again, really fun to get involved in. And then there's After Virtual. And this is actually going to be a kind of a mini-series, just temporarily. I'm still deciding on whether to carry it on next semester, but for now it's going to be for this semester. What the show's about is, of course, there are some, bumps in the road for coming back in person to WSU after spending a year and a half virtually, as you guys know. And I wanted to make a show in which, you know, we interview different students that come from different backgrounds or different clubs or organizations around WSU, whether you're in Greek life or in Cable 8 or anywhere else, like in the chess club or something like that. And we interview them and ask them questions about, you know, how's it feel going back into person, and then we may film some scenes like in their residence hall or apartment with their permission, of course, and just kind of bring them into their environment. It's almost like a documentary reality type of thing. So it's called After Virtual. For every show, as you can probably see by the slide, we're looking for directors, hosts, camera operators, and producers and editors. And specifically, it's singled out for Unorthodox Sports, a social media manager. And, you know, it's pretty simple, you know, social media manager, you know, obviously, I know all of you guys are on social media, so it's like posting on social media, but on steroids. So you're just literally just posting frequently, you know, promoting Cable 8, promoting the station. And you can create your own show as well. It doesn't just have to be these 5 shows, you know. Once I hire you as a producer or a director, if you get that opportunity or chance, you know, you have complete creative control of what you want to do. And again, just not to get off topic, but that's just amazing what of all the opportunities you can do at Cable 8. So after the meeting, you guys feel free to come ask me more questions. There's just so much, you know, that I could cover. I could spend up here, you know, an hour, 2 hours talking about special projects, but that's why I'm here for questions. So again, after the meeting, you guys can shoot me all your questions. So thank you guys very much. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Zach and I'm the VP of Marketing Promotions and Alumni Affairs. So what does marketing do at Cable 8? Well, basically, we get the brand of Cable 8 out there. So when these guys create their shows, it's our job to get it in front of our audience and finding those people who are interested in our content and want to see what we can do. I'm hiring a few positions this semester. There's 4 of them. They sound pretty self-explanatory, but I'm going to go into a little bit of detail on each of them. So special events coordinator. This person is in charge of planning our banquets and award ceremonies and our philanthropy event. So for those banquets, at the end of each semester, we like to recognize our staff for the hard work they put in on all their projects and throw a little award banquet, kind of like a little award ceremony. But the big thing for this position is our philanthropy event. As you can see on the graphic there from last year's, we did a live stream telethon online, so on our YouTube channel, to raise money for the Whitman County Humane Society. So what we did is have each member of the staff do something different while we raised money. It was random things, like we had someone building a Lego car, we had like a lecture on horses, I played Minecraft with the marketing team. We were just having a good time. Definitely recommend checking that out on YouTube and raising money for a good cause. Special events coordinator, one of the big aspects of that position is finding a way that Cable 8 can give back to the Pullman community. So if you're interested in organizing events, calling different places, and finding ways to give back, this is definitely the position for you. The general promotions manager, that's what I did last semester. It was a very fun position. They're all fun, but this one was special because that was what I did. So you're gonna be doing everything social media, whether that's helping lead us on new campaigns, checking our analytics, seeing are we posting at the right time, are we finding who we want to see our content, all those things in the numbers. As well as this semester, I want to expand Cable 8 and try to get some collaborations. I know other schools like Oregon and even UW, I know we don't like them, but they have these student-run television stations that we could also work with and collaborate and really grow our network. The photographer position, that sounds pretty simple, but I want to expand on that photographer position. I'm not just going to have you going to meetings and showing up on set to take photos. You're going to be more of a multimedia person, so shooting TikToks, or if we're tabling somewhere, creating boomerangs. And this is all in addition to taking photographs as well. So if that's something you can do, and if you don't know how to do all those, that's fine. We can teach you those. All of these positions, you guys are going to be learning how to do them if you don't already. And finally, our graphic designers. So this summer, Squabo and Luke came up with a new logo that kind of gets back to our old roots of Cable 8, and we want to really run with this branding. So creating new materials for our tabling, creating graphics for maybe a new show, or if we have something posting on YouTube, we're going to need thumbnails. So we definitely have a lot of graphics design work to go around. And something to know about the marketing team is, at the end of the day, we're all one team. So just because you're the special events coordinator or the graphic designer, that doesn't mean you can't run the Twitter for a week or learn how to run analytics or photograph. So on the marketing team, you're going to learn how to do all these skills regardless of what position you choose. That's it for me. Pass it back to you.
Well, hey, look, these guys got me hyped up. So here's the thing. Just because you want to do graphic design for Zach doesn't mean you can't also be in a TV show as an actor. You can bounce around. We want Swiss Army knives. This is your opportunity to build your resume for the next level. And in order to do that, you got to do a whole bunch of things. The limit here, all the different things that they're talking about, all these different roles, you can create your own shows. The limit is your creativity. It's how hard you are willing to work. And that's what's so exciting about this. The limit is your imagination. So, today's meeting, it's mostly about directors and producers. We're also going for a production manager and show pitches and applications for all of these folks. The applications and show pitches are all going to be due this Saturday at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. This is a type of picture that you might want to take if you're planning on being a director or producer. Interviews are going to be 6 to 9 p.m. on the 30th and 31st. And you will hear from us sometime on the 31st with your information. It's going to be a very quick turnaround. I'll leave this up for a couple minutes so you guys can grab pictures of the dates and deadlines. But it's going to be a very quick turnaround. Normally, if it weren't a COVID year, we would already have directors and producers hired before the summer. And so we'd be ahead of that. And right now, this meeting would be about getting our actors, getting our assistants, and getting everyone else squared away and joining the show. So, once you have your idea as a director or producer of what show you want to create and what pitch you give to us by Saturday, once we get you hired, there's going to be an immediate turnaround. Because after that Tuesday when you get hired, the next Wednesday, we have a meeting where you're going to start to show everyone out of here and out of whoever shows up next week what your show is about and what type of people you're trying to hire. It's going to be a huge opportunity for you to network, and I definitely recommend, no matter what it is you would like to do with the TV station, Cable 8 Productions, I'd probably stay after today, shake a couple of hands, meet a couple of people. Even if you're not a part of Cable 8, this is a huge networking opportunity. Don't let it slip away. Next week, this is where you're going to pick your show. And so on Wednesday, September 1st at 7 p.m. in the same room, We're going for assistants, crew, talent, marketing, promotions. Assistant interviews are going to be Thursday and Friday, September 2nd and 3rd, from 6 to 9 p.m. So pretty much everyone is going to want to take a picture of this slide and these dates, because if you are not the assistants or the talent or the crew that's going to get interviewed, you're going to be the people interviewing them. So either way, you need to know when these dates are. Talent interviews are going to be Monday and Tuesday from 6 to 9 p.m. These are your actors. Hiring will be on Friday, September 10th. So these are the dates that not only you guys are going to be interviewing, these are also the dates that you're going to hear from us about, whether you're part of the family or not. And then marketing and promotions interviews. Anyone need me to hold here for a picture? Okay. See you next week. Does anyone have any questions?
What's the website?
Cable.org.
Sick.
Round of applause. Sweet. Well, I guess just hang out, come meet your people, let us know what shows you want to pitch, and shake some hands. Thank you all for coming, everyone.
Oh, that's